The much awaited result of the 2023 Senior School Certificate Examination SSCE of the National Examination Council NECO has finally been released. NECO examination was concluded in August 2023. NECO says results for 2023 SSCE show that 84.68% of the candidates obtained at least 5 credits, noting that only 61.60% had 5 credits that included mathematics and English language. Now, how can we ensure that NECO results are released on time so that the result could be used to seek admission by those who wrote JAM same year? What are the challenges and some of the ways out? Are there some pending results, and why? What are the new innovations the Council is planning to introduce? These are some of the questions guests shall be providing answers to in the course of this episode of the program as we welcome you to Nigeria today. I am Vicaria Clinton. Joining me in the studio to review the 2023 NECO SSCE results is the Registrar of the National Examination Council, NECO, Professor Dantani Ibrahim Bushishi. Professor, you're welcome to Nigeria today.
Thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Good to see you too.
Also joining us for the conversation is the Principal of Pace Setters College, Uye, Abuja, Mr. Oche Ogbule. It is a pleasure to have you here in Nigeria.
Thank you for having me.
So I'll start with you, Prof. The last year's result was released in September, and this year we are having it in October. Meanwhile, the persons that registered for the exam last year was 1,209,703. As against this year that we had 1.2 million and 5,888, but those that sat are less than last year. So why the delay in the release of the results?
Thank you very much, Keria. Good evening, viewers, and I want to show first and foremost our appreciation to Nigerians and all the candidates that sat for our examinations. I want to appreciate and thank the parents for their patience, and we also appreciate the fact that Nigerians were waiting for our results for admission. NECO is not the only examination body in Nigeria. We have WAEC, NAPTEB, and also MBIAS and other examination bodies that conduct examination for secondary school children. So, to avoid a lot of clashes during the examinations, the examinations body have to meet under the supervision of the Federal Minister of Education to look at each examination body's timetable so that the timetable will be harmonized. So it is in the course of this harmonization of the timetable that you find one examination body has to start and end before the other also begin its own examination. These are some of the things that sometimes make NECO to release its results late. And we have a work plan, and we followed the work plan religiously as far as the activities of the examinations are concerned. Last year it was 48 days after the examination. This year 58 days after the examination.
10 days.
So the period we started this year was really further than last year, and with the public holiday setting in during the period of the marking, it slowed down the process. These are the challenges so far that makes us to release results late. Okay. We will have to think of other ways of handling these things so that our results are released on time for the use of candidates for admission.
Okay. Yeah. Now, Mr. Oche like I said earlier, we had more people that registered and more people that sat. As a matter of fact, 1.1 million 1.1 million 900 and 1.1 million 900, just above about 4,000 or 2,000 more than the one we had this year. Okay, just like we had 1.1 million 968,985 for this year. Meanwhile, we have 1.1 million 908,412, which is about 2,000 less. You know, so what could be the reason for this?
Once again, thank you for having me. As an administrator, I want to say there are two basic reasons. One, which is known to all, is the economic situation of the country. Majority couldn't register because of the economic bite. So many challenges that they are battling with. But I also want to believe that the second reason that was responsible for that difference in the figure should be the fact that last year, if we could remember, WAEC result was released almost at the nick of time when NECO was to commence the exam. So that time, so many students abandoned their NECO exam after seeing their WAEC result, and they discovered that there were no deficiencies. So they did write the exam. So I believe that made others this time around not to register. Okay, if I am sure that I'm going to pass WAEC, why should I register for NECO? And I believe that is also a food for thought for the council on how to make sure the gap between WAEC exam and NECO is bridged in such a way that they don't leave that loophole that will affect the number of candidates that will register for the exam.
Okay, for the purpose of clarity, it is 1,198,412 people that sat for the exam for 2022, and for 2023 we had 1,196,985. I'm correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it's true. You're
Just
correct.
to clarify
yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay, so Prof, what is your assessment, your general assessment of the performance of candidates as compared to that of last year?
I think the general performance of the candidate in this examination is, I would say, is excellent. Because if you have a population of 1,196,985 candidates that sat for the examination, out of which 737,308 candidates scored 5 credits and above, including English and mathematics. I think it is something that we should celebrate, because this is a figure that if they pass their JAM and pursue TME, they don't have any problem getting admission into any tertiary institution, because they have made the maximum core requirements in English and mathematics and other 3 subjects to make up the 5 subjects. So I think this is excellent. And when you look at the number of candidates that have passed 5 credits and above, irrespective of mathematics and English language, meaning maybe candidates have gotten more than 5 credits, including English maybe without mathematics, or including mathematics without English. We have these categories of candidates having 1,196,885 scoring at this level. I think it's something that that is commendable.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, Mr. Oche, just tell us a little bit about the performance in your school. But before then, we're going to take a break right now, and we'll return with the conversation shortly. Don't go away.
The implementation of the ruling is also dependent on another aspect or another arm of government.
Nowhere in the world will allow, under digital economy, for banks not to be dispensing domestic currency in that economy.
What will make this one different?
We want to know what they do as occupation. All of these are attributes that our questions have been designed to investigate.
In a few days to come, you see that we are all around their own crannies and everywhere in Nigeria, telling people to cooperate.
Welcome to Nigeria Today. Welcome back. This is still Nigeria Today. We are reviewing the NECO, the SSCE NECO result of 2023 as released, just as recently, that was recently released. Now I have two gentlemen in the studio with me, the professor and the principal. So principal, you're about telling us the performance of your own, from your own assessment. How was the performance of your students?
Thank you very much. Before I comment on the performance of my students, please permit me to use a few seconds to still look at what the professor talked about. From the figure given, 61.6% scored
5 credits?
5 credits, including mathematics and English language.
Exactly.
61.6. Now my question is, what happened to the other 58 point something? They all registered so that they will pass their exams, gain admission to higher institution.
Okay.
When I look at my school result, of course, I registered 75 students. They all had 100%.
Seriously?
100%.
That's good.
We had 100%, but my heart goes out to these other children.
Okay.
What happens to them? Maybe they are in public school somewhere or in other private school somewhere. Their parents are expectant that they are going to produce beautiful results. Some of them wrote JAM. They had the cut-off points. They are expecting their admission letters. And maybe among this other set, if we are going to celebrate the 61.6%, what of these other students? If I am clapping for myself that my students all passed, because maybe I was able to put all on the table and I did the work I was supposed to do. I started from the rudiments and I was able to bring my students up to standard. I removed that phobia for exam and I was able to achieve this 100%. What of the other students out there? I shouldn't be selfish by saying, oh, pace setters, we are clapping for ourselves, we can celebrate because we perform excellently. There are so many schools out there that didn't do well. What are we going to do about them?
Okay, thank you very much. Having said that, Professor, now tell us, what's the relationship between NECO and different secondary schools, both private and public? What's the relationship?
I think my colleague principal here will attest to the fact that we have a very good existing relationship with the schools, both private schools and public schools. We don't have any problem with them. They have umbrella organization where if there is any complaint, the private school proprietors will come together, discuss the problems, then send to NECO. NECO will discuss it, we resolve and also send it to them. So these are the things we normally do. And permit me to say that what the principal has said is true. But the bulk of those that write NECO examinations are public schools. What are the conditions that are existing in our public schools today? Aside the economic factors that has to do with the parents, what is the condition of the public school? Then you look at also the factor that the public schools in some states or in majority of the states, state paid for the registration of these candidates to sit for these examinations. Yet, some of them will perform poorly. Then you need to look inwards. What is responsible for that? There are myriads of factors that are responsible for that. And that was why this year, we deviated from our normal presentation of results to carry out an in-depth analysis of the performance of the candidates state by state, region by region, and also with differences in gender. So that individual states will look at their result, will look inward and ask themselves question, what is responsible for candidates from my state performing this poorly, or for those that have performed well, what is responsible? What are the areas that I will improve so that we can do better? So, but if you look at the trend, majority of the public schools, the trend is very, very, very low. So, factors that has to do with school environment, factors that has to do with teachers, factors that has to do with the students themselves, factors that has to do with parents themselves, factors that has to do with a lot of things that surrounds the teaching and learning process. In fact, look at the curriculum itself, the nature of the curriculum. Does it provide for acquisition of an innovative, competent skills? We look at all these factors. So there are so many factors surrounding all these things. So if you find public schools maybe performing poorly, a lot of factors are attributed to that. And that is why we carry out this analysis. And we are sending them to states so that they will see the performance of the state, because we went extra mile to analyze our result region by region, so that each state in the region will know its own standing within that region, because there is differences that has to do with environmental factors. North Central region, for example, is different from South region. As a teacher, I know there will be environmental factors that will affect the teaching and learning process.
Okay, I will stop with there, Prof. So that the principal here will also tell us something about NECO. Now, you've been in this business of education for a while. So how would you describe NECO, or what is the general assessment of NECO in terms of their conduct of examination, since their inception till date?
Thank you very much. When NECO came on board, 1999, year 2000, it was a sigh of relief to so many parents and so many schools. NECO came as a child of need. There was this monopoly before then. And more so that WAEC, sorry to say, was looked upon as an instrument of colonialism.
How would you say that?
Yes, what I mean is this. If you look at it, the 5 West African states writing WAEC were the ones colonized by Britain.
Okay.
So, among the Francophone countries, it's as if Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, the Gambia, and Liberia, the so-called big West African brothers.
So tell us about NECO now. So
that is it. So, when NECO came as an indigenous exam body, we all had that sigh of relief. And so we expected that over the years, they should be able to break that monopoly.
Have they broken it?
They are trying, but there is still a lot of frontiers to conquer, I must confess. There are still a lot of teaching problems, a lot of challenges that NECO has not been able to surmount. They are trying, like Prof said, there is this cordial relationship between the schools and the council. But there are a lot of loopholes that we still need to work on. Like, for example, late printing of certificates. Up till now, we are yet to receive 2019 certificate from NECO. Okay. Meanwhile,
go ahead, just round off.
Meanwhile, students keep coming on a daily basis. I need my certificate, my school is demanding for this, they are demanding for that. And we keep telling them, sorry, the last certificate we received from NECO was that of 2018. We don't have 2019.
Okay, that brings me to my next question, Prof.
Yeah.
Now, I know in addition to that,
yes.
that issue, the point you raised that.
Yeah.
So what are some of the innovation you are planning to introduce to the, to the whole process?
Yes, when I came here as a registrar, I made the problem he talked about. But as I speak with you, candidates we are not owing any candidates, for example, certificate that has to do with BASE, which is the Basic Education Certificate Examination Certificates.
Which is the JSS3?
Which is JSS3.
Okay.
Which I think the last they were giving was, I think, 2016. So when I came in, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, in fact, as I speak with you, we have printed and distributed these VESE certificates. And when I came in too, there's this problem of certificate that has to do with senior secondary certificate for 2018, 19, 20. So as I speak with you, they have been printed and brought to the council. Good. The 2019 is talking about is because of this examination that we have not distributed them. Oh. So, but from that 2019 to 2020, we have printed the certificates. So it is all over the states. After these examinations, they will send their certificates
what of the one of
to
20,
the candidate.
2021,
we have distributed that.
Oh,
2021.
Really?
We have distributed 2021.
And 2022?
Yeah, 2022, as I speak with you, is in press because we have an agenda that NECO must release its certificate 3 months after the examination, and that's what we are pursuing. He can attest to the fact that maybe if you didn't have a basic certificate, they don't disturb us now for basic certificate. Yeah. But that 2019 is talking about is already in the states. 2020 is already in the states. So, but we have to conduct this examination, and 2022 in the next 3 months we will get it ready because it's already in press. They will deliver to us, and we will start printing 2023 very soon.
So how soon are they getting it? How soon are they getting the results? So that Mr. Che here will have some, relief.
For which of the year?
2019, the certificate of 2019. How
no, it's already in the state. We have. Okay. They will soon get their certificate. We will soon start
before the end of the year.
Yes,
they're supposed to get.
Yes, okay. Because it's already in the states. It's already in the state. It has left the headquarters. It's already in the states. All the certificates. So they will only be waiting for the 2022 certificate and 2023 certificate. Okay. Which 2022 is already in the press. Okay. We understand the challenge because NECO is the largest examination body in Nigeria, or even so to say in Africa.
Really?
Yes, WAEC is West Africa.
Okay.
NECO is Nigeria. And there is no single country that conducts the number of examinations that we conduct. 5 examinations that we conduct, and we conduct this examination to 6 other African countries.
Okay, before you go further, Prof.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you there. Just as you are talking about giving us the, all the what the NECO is all about, are there results that are still being withheld?
No, no. If
for this 2023.
For this 2023.
Yes. 20 SSCE.
Withheld in terms of maybe lack of payment or registration fee,
not been released yet, or all the results.
All the results are out, and that's why we say because we don't want to release our results in batches.
Good.
We took our time to make sure that we finish all the necessary things that are required to release all the results. So we are not withholding any body's result for the reason of it not being processed. But we will withhold the result of those states that have not paid their registration fees.
Okay.
Or for those candidates that maybe through an organization, that registered through an organization and they have not been able to complete their payment, we will release their results when they pay their registration fees.
Thank you very much. I know Mr. Oche is very happy to hear that. Now, Mr. Oche, just in 30 seconds, what would you want to see NECO, going forward, do differently?
Thank you, ma'am. I'm very happy that Prof is here with me. This is a lifetime opportunity. I won't want to miss this.
Oh, just
sir, over the years, we have been having this problem.
Remember, it's 30 seconds.
Yes, I know. No, I won't elaborate.
Okay.
There are times that question papers will arrive from the custodian center, only for us to discover that in the package there are no answer sheets. We'll begin to run helter-skelter, go to social school, maybe they have extra.
So what do you want them to do?
Please,
Have you experienced it this year? Have you experienced it this year?
It was on a skeletal basis. It was on a skeletal. And honestly, sir, with all due respect, I know when you came on board, a lot of innovations, a lot of things have been happening differently.
And more will happen. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Please, good luck.
Thank you.
And that does it on Nigeria Today. I would like to appreciate our guests for their insights on this program, where we had Professor Dan Tani Ibrahim Wishishi, who is the Registrar of the National Examination Council, NECO. Thank you so much for honoring us with your presence.
It's a pleasure.
And also we have the Principal of Pacesetters College, Wuye Abuja, Mr. Oche Ogbole. Thank you so much for your contribution.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you for being part of the program. I am your carrier, Clinton. Goodbye.